All right, guys. It's good to have everyone together, obviously. It's been a strange couple months, right, for all of us. Me as a fan, obviously. You guys as racers. And so Kawasaki and we thought it'd be a great idea to get everyone together, especially since racing is coming back. I guess probably what everyone wants to know most is what have you guys been doing while this break has been going? I mean, have you guys been – I guess it's probably a little bit of indecisive what to do, right? You're at home, you're trying to figure out. I know, Eli, you've become a father, so that's pretty amazing. Congrats on that. But how has it been for you guys related to training? It was probably – I mean, there was a lot of up in the air, but now you guys obviously know what to do because you're going back to racing, right? But how's it been?
It's been weird. I think initially when everything stopped, I think it's like, what do we do? Do we take a vacation? Do we keep training? It was kind of a weird in-between phase. And then you start to hear talk of, maybe we're going racing on this date or maybe we're going racing on this date. And then I think, as May kind of got a little bit closer, I think everybody kind of started stepping up their programs a little bit because we heard racing may be coming just so we could be ready. And that's what I've been doing. I've been on my usual grind in the last 6 weeks or so. So obviously weird situation, excited that we're about to, kick this thing off again. Glad we stayed ready.
Yeah. How about you, Eli?
But the hardest thing at first is just not having that target, right? And the unknown, like the target of the date when we're going to go. So that's what was so hard for us in the beginning is like, man, do we go ride? We ended up taking probably two just because we kind of knew things were going to come to a halt, but not knowing when things are going to get back, just to racing. So, for us, the one good thing out of it all was the birth of our daughter. I would have missed the birth. We would have been in Vegas or leaving Vegas Sunday morning, right? And that's when Lev came. So thankful for that part, but also thankful we get to go back racing here, in just a week and a half.
All right, Austin, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like what Eli said, waiting for that. It was just riding and trying to maintain. I was kind of trying to build a little bit more back from coming off of injury last year. So if anything, I feel like this has kind of helped me get back to where I think I needed to be. And I think I'm back there now. So, but I'm waiting for that. Okay, this is the date. We're going racing here. And then now it's easy. Now we can plan and make sure that we're ready to go by race time. It was just training or building or kind of trying to find that good balance up until, this point. So,
yeah. Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of struggle with like taking time off and chilling, which was kind of my hardest part because we didn't really know when was going on. Like, I mean, at one point we were maybe going to race Supercross in September. We kind of went full outdoor mode for a second, and I started riding outdoors, and it was kind of tough to like not exactly have a purpose, but at the same time I tried just to kind of improve on the things that I felt like I could work on rather than having a lot of people maybe tried to chill out. And that was kind of, I felt that if I stayed on the bike and kept working on, what I felt that we could work without wearing ourselves down, like not knowing if we're going to race till October, November, like who knows when we'll end up racing until. So yeah, it was kind of the same deal to where I kind of was in limbo, but then, a few weeks ago, it started to kick back up to where we were pretty certain that we were going to race Supercross as soon as possible. And so that was nice to know. But yeah, it was kind of changed a little bit, but at the same time, tried not to get, stale and not do much at all either. So excited to get back though.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a really interesting time for all you guys. I know, Jordan, you've been recovering pretty much, right?
Yeah, much has changed for what I would have been doing anyway since I got my ACL meniscus the week after Daytona. And then it's a little bit of a struggle of trying to make sure that I got the surgery before all the elective surgeries got shut down. But I got it in kind of the last day before the surgery center closed. And then, yeah, I've just been doing rehab like normal, 3 times a week and going to the gym every day at MTF. And so it's not really much has changed for me. It's just weird not being able to watch races on the weekend now.
Yeah, I think that probably goes for the same with all of us, right? I mean, we all love moto, we all love sports, and not to see sports on TV is pretty weird. But you guys feel like, in some sense, that now going back to racing, that this is like 2 seasons in one? Like, Adam, probably for you, you know, with your collarbone issues, it's probably been a little bit of a blessing because you had that break and now you can come back. And I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, you know, for Adam, it's kind of like you got to feel that rookie sort of half season going, and then now you can kind of come back, reevaluate a little bit and get back into it, back in the series. But in some ways, for me, even as a fan, it feels like it's like now this is like a second season.
Yeah, I do know exactly what you're saying. I was just telling my trainer, Nick Wade, the other day that it feels like my rookie season's over, or at least that's the approach I'm trying to, I guess, go into these little, you know, these next 7 races with. You know, I've had time, like you said, to evaluate like what I did wrong and some things I did well. And, you know, we did kind of get a little bit lucky, although I would never wish what has happened to the world, obviously, because I broke my collarbone. It's definitely not worth it. But, you know, I think we did get lucky in the sense of not missing too many races. I think I only missed 3, including the night that I did it. So that was, I guess, a positive. And then, yeah, like you said, I've just kind of reset, done some things a little bit differently, fixed some things, and now I have a chance basically I mean, I kind of feel like it's my second season almost.
Yeah. What about you, Eli? Cameron, Eli, go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
is that my internet connection going through?
Yeah, I think it was a little spotty, but I can hear you now.
Okay, we're back.
All right, there it is.
Here, someone else go. Sorry, guys.
Go, Cam.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I needed the break. I was looking forward to like the 7-week break that we were having for West Coast, which would have been ideal. Like, I mean, I was still struggling a little bit with my ribs and my chest and stuff from what happened in St. Louis. So, and I felt so good, like coming into that point. Like, I felt like I was just starting to kind of catch my stride. And then, you know, obviously what happened. And then, so I raced Oakland and then San Diego and was struggling pretty bad, just basically with pain and stuff in my chest. So I was ready for a couple weeks off, definitely not a couple months off, but yeah, it does. It kind of feels like I've reset into like kind of almost, I feel like I'm back in November again, like getting ready to get back to racing a new series almost, even though we only have 3 rounds left. Like, I think we kind of have, you know, goals reset and, you know, refocused on what we have coming up next.
Yeah. What about you, Austin?
Yeah. So since we only have 3 rounds left, I've like it's like a second short series for us, I guess. But I got to go out and try to make it happen in those 3 races. So like, there's no, you know, trying to, I guess, kind of be smart like with the points or anything. Like, if I want a shot at the championship, like I'm 13 points down, I have to, if I beat, you know, Ferrandis every time and he got second, he would still beat me. So I have to, you know, beat him and Cooper for sure. I have to beat both of those guys and, you know, hope that something happens, I guess. So I just got to go for it. Really. That's my plan.
Yeah, I would say there's no no patience at this point, right? You just got to go out, no racing for points. It's like you got to get wins and try to shake it up and see what happens. So
yeah,
13 points is in 3 races is like you said, you can't be conservative. You just got to go.
Yeah, just go.
That's cool. Well, I think, you know, you guys, when you were, I know like we talked a little bit about it being weird kind of right at first, but you know, it's some of the things we never think about when is, you know, when this whole thing happened and you're still trying to ride, and then you think about the COVID-19 going on, and then you think like, wow, well, the last place I'd like to be is a hospital, right? So I'm pretty sure you considered any of that stuff, but it's a little bit of a weird thing probably when you go out riding and you're like, okay, I gotta ride, but I'm gonna just, you know, keep it cool, try not to do anything stupid because you just, you know, all the weird stuff you hear on the news. Any of you guys come across any of that, or has just practice been pretty status quo?
I mean, for me, always riding with me is that sense of don't do anything stupid. That's just something that I've had to ingrain in the back of my mind now, trying to get better at it. No, but yeah, it just, for me, it was weird because like riding was no longer like every sport, everything. It was no longer like the top priority of like life. Like we had this ginormous pandemic happen, and all of the sudden else is like second to that, you know. And as a racer that just wakes up every day and is doing what I can to be better on a dirt bike, it's almost there for a few weeks where you're like, man, I don't have a goal right now. I don't know if I should be worried about getting better on a dirt bike or just trying not to, you know, trying to do my best to be safe, like you said, and stay out of the hospital and stuff like that. So weird situation. Everybody, I think, dealt with a little bit differently. But to answer your question, yeah, I try to keep her safe at all times.
What about taking a break? I know all you guys, and I know back when I was racing the same thing, you're always like, man, I need a break. I'm just wore out. I've raced so much. And then you get a week off and you're like, okay, a week's not enough. I need 2 weeks. But then now you guys have had 2 months. So you know how we always say like the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And unfortunately you guys were mandatory break, right? So which is weird, but it's after having this long break, you guys are probably chomping at the bit to get back to the track. You're all going to be at the same track, and it's a little different deal, but you guys are probably amped up to race, huh?
Yeah, just having that just our purpose, right? To go race. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like preseason when you're riding for like you got like the boot camp stage. It's like 2 months, 2.5, 3, whatever it is. Like that's kind of what this almost feels like. It's like, oh, we've been doing all this, just let us go. That it's almost like it feels like that a little bit in a way.
I'm bummed that I'm on it in 2 weeks. Like it's like everyone's been waiting, and then now I just have to keep waiting. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about the injuries, right? I mean, you're just kind of trying to heal up, but I'm sure these guys, and you've been in the situation before when you're coming off an injury or haven't been at the track, you're like, man, I can't wait to get out there. So, it's always grass isn't always greener on this side. Yeah, break a week here, a week there, but man, a couple of months is.
Yeah, for sure. With the injury, it's like I almost didn't really feel like I was injured because there was no racing really happening anyways. And then now it's like everything's starting to amp up and everything. I'm like really like wishing I was getting back on a bike now, but it's that part sucks.
I know a couple of you guys are Austin. I know you and Eli a little bit too. I think this changing the upcoming wedding nuptials or any of that stuff.
Well, for me, actually, it opened a lot of slots up. We were like some places that we were looking at a place and they didn't have anything for like 2 years. And everybody canceled. Like everybody pulled out and they were like, hey, we got slots here. We got slots this year. So we were like, well, I don't know about this year, but like we'll get, there was a bunch of slots opened up because everybody was like pulling out. I don't know if financially they just didn't, just a lot happened. So I don't know, but yeah, we set a date for like sometime I think it's September next year, but we were looking at like way farther off than that. So yeah, I guess that's a plus that's came out of it.
It's good. Options are always good. Let's see what else. You guys, I got a couple of like questions for you guys directly. So Eli, what's your how's it been becoming a father? I mean, I know what it was like for me, and it's a new experience it's a wild experience. What's your opinion? How's it been?
Everyone says it like it changes your life, and it really just your outlook on things, and like just having one of your own is so cool. And there's no explaining it until you're there, in the hospital, with it. So it's just been like seriously the best experience you know, of my life. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Congratulations. It's a huge milestone. And, you know, when you're young and people tell you, and you've probably experienced this already 100 times when you were a little bit younger and up to now of being a father, people tell you like, oh, you don't understand until you have a kid. And you're like, oh yeah, I get it. But you really don't get it until you actually have a kid. So it's a great experience. And, you know, everyone hopefully someday gets to experience it, but congrats on that. Hope you're getting some sleep.
It's like every 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. All right. Well, hopefully when Supercross starts coming around, you get a little more. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. So Utah has been good for you. I think you clinched your 250 Supercross championship there. I would assume, just talking about with some friends the other day, that Utah is going to be good for you because of the altitude and stuff won't affect you because you live at altitude. So you're looking forward to being in Utah?
It should be good. I mean, I know, you know, by round 6 or 7 got altitude, but early on, it makes your bike feel slower. I know that's for sure. And, you know, so yeah, maybe there is a little advantage early on there for us. So we've had really good results there in the past. So, you know, it should be just fine for us.
What about you, Adam? You looking forward to Utah?
Yeah, I am. I've always liked the city and going there. I've only been there a couple times, but I always like going to Denver too and race at altitude. And I'm stoked now going up to altitude, having the 450 power a little bit more than 250. Last year, I remember at Denver, I was struggling to hit some of the triples out there. I was a little bit big for it, but no, I'm excited to get there and yeah, see what we can do.
Yeah, the way I look at it is when you're at altitude, it knocks a little bit of the power off. You can probably ride a little harder. So it's kind of a good feeling, I think, sometimes. And
yeah, I think I'll maybe use it as an excuse to get the bike in the revs a little bit. May have the crew chief yelling at me, but we can amp it up a little.
It's all right. I think she can take it.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What about you 250 guys? You ready for Utah?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I mean, the first time I ever raced at altitude was last year at Denver, and like I came back after the first practice because everyone had talked about what altitude does your bike, and I told my team, I was like, guys, like, there's no way everyone else's bike is like this. Like, I can't. They're like, no, I promise it is. But yeah, I mean, you get used to it. Like towards the end of the night, obviously you change up a little stuff, but I think we have a good bike, obviously, anyway, but it definitely was huge difference. I never really experienced much physically from it. Like, people say that it's, like, a lot tougher physically, but I've never raced outdoors at altitude, so I would say that would probably make more of a difference. But I'm excited. I'm just excited to go racing, whether it's at altitude or not, wherever it's at. Like, I just want to get back going.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever raced altitude in Supercross. So, like, I've raced Thunder Valley. Like, I think I've raced it a few times, like 2 or 3 times. I even rode it on like little bikes and stuff. So I know how that affects, and if it's anything like that, it's pretty, you know, substantial. Like you definitely notice it. So it's going to be definitely, like, through practice is probably going to be an adjustment period. But I feel like after used to it, like, you're just going to get used to that's how fast your bike is. Like, at the end of the day in Colorado, you don't think anything, like, you don't think, oh, my bike's way slower, like, come the second moto. You just are used to it at that point. So I think it'll be similar there. It's going to feel slow at first, and then, I mean, you'll just figure it out, learn to ride it.
Well, the good thing, I guess, for that is it's the same for everybody, right? So the same feelings you guys are all getting, it's going to be, you know, everyone else on the other bikes are going to be like, hey, man, this thing's feeling, you know, different. But I guess by the end of it, when you guys finally leave Utah and come back and ride outdoors, you're going to be like, wow, this thing's crazy fast, right? So that's going to be the benefit to it, I'd say.
Yeah, we'll have a few extra red blood cells too. That'll be nice.
Yeah. Adam,
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
I think last year when I raced Denver, I think it was Adam. It was the first person, like, I saw, and there was, like, mowing in practice, and there was this triple out of a corner, and I was, like, struggling to make it, and I'm like, And once I saw him hit it, I'm like, okay, he's struggling just as bad as me to make it. So I think we're all in the same boat here. Like, it was pretty tough. But like Austin was saying, like, by the end of the day, you just rode all day. Like, you're used to it, you know?
Yeah. Adam, how's your collarbone healing? Is that thing healed up pretty good? You been working on your golf game at all?
Oh yeah, a lot of golf. Now the collarbone's good. I think I've never had a bone plated before.
Yeah.
And so I think I got the surgery the Wednesday after I did it. And Saturday I broke in Arlington, and I broke it I think in 2 spots. It wasn't too bad. And then we got 9 screws in a plate. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little bit like at first it felt a little bit odd just because I never had like metal like that on my body, but yeah, I mean, it feels completely normal now. Sometimes it gets a little bit sore. Maybe if I really go after the driver out here at Bear Creek with on the golf course. But beyond that, riding, all that stuff is so. Glad that the break kind of gave me time to come back at my own pace. And I mean, actually, when this whole thing happened, I remember I started riding the week before Indianapolis Supercross, and that's the first one that they canceled. I was texting my mechanic back and forth. I felt pretty good the first couple of days on the bike, and I was like, I don't know, man, should we do it? Should we come back? And but luckily, the time gave us a little bit to kind of keep.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, as unlucky as the whole situation is with the collarbone injury, it kind of worked out. So, I was going to ask you guys. When you guys were, I guess, are you guys all in California now? Like, I know Jordan, you're not probably, right? But
yeah, I'm in Georgia.
I'm in Oklahoma right now. I'm going out there to test.
Everyone's still at home, right?
Yeah.
Nobody came out to test or anything?
I'm going out to test Monday.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm coming back here and stay here until I go to Utah.
Eli, you've been testing at your house? Eli, you've been testing at your track at home?
Yeah, we've been in Colorado. We've been here basically the whole time. Yeah.
Yep. Weather's good. You've been able to ride and stuff?
Yeah, it's been good. It warmed up quick here this spring, so yeah, it's a little bit of wind, but we've been getting our ride in. It's good.
It's good. Cam, where you been riding at?
I've been in California. Yeah, I stay out here full time now. So
you and Adam ride a lot together, right?
Yeah, as much as we can. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't really say together. I mean, we're on the same track.
We'll see tomorrow. When he's out here, like, we try and do as much as we can, getting riding together, try and schedule to be at the same track and stuff like that, and doing all the training together and trying to keep up with him out at Greer on the mountain bike for sure.
Adam's got Nick out there showing him how to cut laps out there on the track.
He does.
Yeah, Nick is really good too. We've been mountain biking a lot, and it surprises me because I always give him crap for being old. It surprises me how fast he can go downhill on a mountain bike. He just shove at times at Greer Ranch here, the trails right behind my house. But
how about uphill? You got him covered or what?
I don't know. He might even have me covered up. I've been riding Specialized gave me one of the pedal assist mountain bikes, the Levo, and so I've been taking that thing for a few spins. Telling the boys
it's amazing. I have one of those too, and they're awesome. But you got to keep yourself honest by staying on the regular pedal biking.
Yeah, exactly. No,
those are recovery rides.
Yep.
I have a question for you guys. Did any of you guys get in on that iRacing? I know there's like Deegan had a thing with the Generals Cup, and he was doing some Supercross. Any of you guys get in on that?
I did one of them, and I think that my lap time was like 10 seconds off of the fastest lap time. So that was the end of my career.
One and done?
Yeah, one and done. I trained a lot for it. Like the 3-4 days before, I was like training hard, and then the track came out like, I don't know, like a few hours before it started, and I texted a couple other people that I knew were racing it, and I knew I was in trouble after I heard what their lap time was.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. It's so funny. I saw you. I mean, I'm sure you guys are following a lot of auto guys too, and they're all doing the iRacing simulators and stuff. And I was thinking, man, how cool would it be to have a Moto one with bars and everything? Like, if it actually worked right, it would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that would be sick. Not like the arcade ones that were just terrible. Like actually a legit one, because I've been watching like all the I've been watching all the F1, not like watching them, but just like on Instagram, F1's been posted. I mean, that's all they're doing is like the e-races and stuff. So that would be pretty sick if we could do something like that. I don't know how to make it more realistic feeling, but that would be cool.
That brings me into another question. What if you guys, when sports are all on and you're watching sports and stuff, what's your favorite sport that you guys like to watch that's not moto? If you're not watching moto, what is it?
I'm an NBA guy, big time, big basketball fan, and golf, obviously.
So you've been watching The Last Dance a lot. I'm sure all you guys watch that, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a good one.
It's been.
I'm a golf guy. I like watching golf. Tiger.
Yeah.
I like watching Tiger win.
Yeah. Anyone else? Eli, what sports?
I watched that. What's the F1 series called? They have on Netflix.
Oh, Drive to Survive. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of just use Instagram as like like what I watch a lot of the time. I'll just go through F1, watch all of the stuff that F1 posts. I'll watch some real races every now and then. NBA when it like, especially the playoffs. And then just some other like action sports, BMX stuff, mountain bike stuff, stuff like that.
Mostly like Netflix stuff, not live stuff. What about you, Cam? What are you watching?
If anything, probably F1. Sometimes like they race on Sundays and stuff like that, so catch an F1 race or UCI.
Don't lie to him. You don't watch TV. Don't lie.
No, I really don't much. Like that's what I said. If I catch one every once in a while, if I'm gonna watch one, like I don't watch basketball, I don't watch football, any of that. Like I don't know anything about it. But UCI mountain biking though, like World Cup, that stuff is gnarly. So I like to watch that or F1.
Yeah, it's funny. You flip through the channel sometimes, you see like the crit racing with the like cyclocross and stuff. Those
yeah.
Yeah.
I like watching MotoGP, so that's what I watch. I catch a little Formula One. Any of you guys watch that NASCAR race? Because NASCAR went live last weekend. Any of you guys catch any of that?
I didn't watch the one last weekend, but I just saw the one that was on today right now. Like I think it was just on the house like 20 minutes ago. They have another one going on.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to watch is old moto stuff. I've watched 04, 5, 6, 7 outdoors, a few supercrosses just on like YouTube. So the quality is just horrible. But yeah, I've watched all like that. I like those races because those are what I grew up watching, and so I don't know. I like to go watch and just they were good races, especially Ricky and James and it was good. So I like watching that.
When you guys were a kid, I know Adam, when you were little, you were in the video series Mini Warriors, right? So
yeah.
Did you guys all have like a favorite like movie when you were a kid that you grew up watching? Like it was like Austin, you're talking about racing, so like that was bar to bar. I mean, there was a lot of good bar to bar action series back then. Or was it like a free ride video? Or like I know Adam was in some funny videos when he was a little a school bus driver. Remember that one?
Oh yeah. Frosted Tips, MC. Those were sweet.
Dude, I had it going on, man. That's how it was.
I mean, when I was first getting into racing, I probably barely even talked at 3 years old, but I used to carry around literally with me 1999 bar-to-bar VHS tape. Like I used to carry it with me no matter where I went all the time. And I remember I had this little TV, and I would drive with my dad to work, and I would plug the VHS in, I'd watch it over and over and over again. So that was like my first kind of, introduction to Supercross.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was Great Outdoors every single night, like the original Great Outdoors.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Yeah.
I like some of the old amateur movies too. I think The Beginning was a good one.
The Prospects.
Yeah, that one. There's good old there's some good old amateur movies that tracks that we don't like. There's not nationals at anymore, like Lake Whitney, like just
when
some
Paco
old
was
tracks.
big.
Yeah. There's some old tracks like that I can remember riding, but like I haven't. It's been so long that I don't even. But yeah, there were some good old amateur movies.
takes you back down memory lane watching the old amateur videos.
Yeah.
What are you guys are probably all way too young, but do you guys watch the Terra Firma series? Any of those like Fox videos back in the day?
Yeah, I think maybe there was one that I used to watch. I had it on like DVD or something. It was like Fox Greatest Hits or something like that. I remember watching that a lot as a kid. I don't remember exactly what the name of it was, but something like that.
It's pretty hard to like be keeping VCR tapes these days, so
Yeah.
unless you have an old VCR in the closet. You guys ever go out and, like, I know everyone's pretty much these days doing a lot of track riding. Think about going out and riding. Someone has a.
Cameron, tell the airplane to stop flying.
Yeah.
You guys ever think about
My bad.
No.
seasons doing some like free riding videos or shooting for any of that stuff? Or nah, not really.
I couldn't hear you, MC. Cameron sounds like he's got trophy trucks in his back.
I mean, dude, you don't want me to go in the house right now. There's like 10 people inside. Not actually, but like.
My
Yeah.
God.
All right. Question was, do you guys ever? I know everyone does a lot of track riding these days, but you guys ever think about in your off times in the winter ever like doing free riding, like even shooting for a video, maybe making your own video, like we did back in the day?
My God, dude.
Hey,
You got a fire?
I've been doing.
Yeah, my girlfriend just set the smoke alarm
Oh
off.
my
Look at
gosh.
this. It's unbelievable. What a disaster. Sorry, guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
There's grease on it. I'm so sorry.
Jeez Louise. Oh, my God.
Real life at home with Kawasaki riders.
Yeah, for real.
Do you guys hear that, or the fire alarm got it?
No.
Like the free ride videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Honestly, Dirt Shark has hit me up a bunch of times about doing Dooney stuff with he's always trying to get, and I'm like, dude, Mitch is not going to let me do any of that. Like, even off season, like, oh, what if you crash and what if you get hurt and you miss races? I'm like, dude, so he's not going to let me do that. I was like, I don't think like there's going to be very many teams that let you do that, but he's just keeps asking. So I'm like, whatever, you can. But yeah, I like riding free ride. I don't know if I would go do some of the jumps and stuff that those guys are doing now. That's some of that stuff is gnarly.
Yeah, there's some big stuff out there. Anyway, I just wondered if you guys ever. I know you probably play around at the track when, especially, you know, like at your private tracks or wherever you guys are riding, not away from the Kawasaki testing and stuff. You probably keep it a little more fun. But I was just wondering if any of you guys wanted to ever, you know, shoot a video or do some of this, or maybe even a couple of you guys get together and make a video. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be fun. I was just talking to somebody the other day about it. I haven't really ever gone free riding, I don't think. I've maybe that's, I don't know, like, I guess new school moto, like train hard, do motos all the time. But that's pretty much been my life since I was like, I probably had a pit board out there when I was 7 years old, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So go through some whips with UMC.
Yeah, I'm not whipping too hard anymore, but I'll go out there with you. You can show me how to do it again.
No, don't be modest.
We should go someday and go ride together. It'd be fun. All of us go spin around in Ocotillo. There's some fun little cliffs, and you can go huge if you want, but you can also have a lot of fun. You don't have to go big. It's super fun.
Yeah, Ocotillo's fun. That's where I went free riding. It's good.
Yeah, and Glamis, there are some big ones. Eli, have you ridden out in sand dunes before? Internet's out on Eli. Oh, have you been out to the Glamis? Have you been out to the sand dunes before?
Where is it?
Out to the sand dunes in California, like the Glamis sand dunes?
Not Glamis or anything, but New Mexico, there's like
A little spot.
Fill in the blank.
I think we're losing him. So, all right. Another question for you guys. If you guys were going to go on a road trip, where would you go, and who would you want to ride with out of the team? Road tripping. No places on deck.
Out of the team?
Yeah, if you guys were all going to ride together, or if the team, if you're going to go on a trip, who'd you ride with?
Jeez, that's a tough one. You put us all on the spot like that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Let's just all go ride together. Like you said, let's all go to the dunes and we'll just all go shoot a video in the dunes riding together.
Rent an RV. That'd be sweet.
I'd have to go with MC to have him show me some of the old school spots in California because I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to do that. I'd love to go show you guys some of that stuff. It's unfortunately, even since when I raced and then now that you guys are racing, there's a lot of the spots are kind of gone, right? So California's gotten a lot more strict on the areas to ride in, and we used to be able to. I mean, you guys know when we raced sort of back then, we didn't really have the like open practice tracks to go ride at. You had to kind of find a track in the hills and do a lot of that practicing that way. So it's quite a bit different than it is. But there's still some fun spots to go ride, and it would be fun to go ride together and not have the pressure of riding laps and just kind of messing around. So someday we'll get that in. Sounds good.
Absolutely. Let's do it. McAdoo will bring the White Claws.
All right. I'll bring the monsters.
Absolutely.
I'll have tour water.
Yeah. So what's the schedule looking like? Is everyone going to be moving to Utah basically? I know you have a race every 3 days, right? Or every third day, Sundays, Wednesdays?
Sunday, Wednesday.
I would assume that Eli, you're the only one that probably could take a shot at going back home between. But are you guys all just going to go and just camp out in Utah? Is that how it's going to work?
Well, the hardest part is you're supposed to get a test if you leave the state. So that's a problem. Like, yeah, I could get home in 6.5 hours, but we got to get a test. And I think that's like 48 hours to get the turnaround on it now. So right now we're just going to stay there and maybe find somewhere to ride. I'm not sure. I think the guys in the shop are working on that just to get some seat time. I don't know if it'll be a perfect track, but better than nothing.
Yeah, and then for me too, I just rented a house in near Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
So we'll head up there on the 26th or 27th, and yeah, I'm kind of excited. Kind of looking at it like a vacation, to be honest with you. Got a place, got a hot tub, ping pong table. It's gonna be sweet.
I heard some talk. You guys can confirm this, but I heard some talk that they were trying to make you guys all stay in the same hotel, all the riders. Is that true?
I think they were giving us the option to pick 3 hotels or so I mean, I guess if you're not staying in a motorhome or like an Airbnb or like a house, then yeah, you have to stay in one of the 3 hotels. So I don't really know how that's going to work. I'm only there for 3 races, so I think I'm probably just going to stay in a hotel, but we're still working out the details. I don't think everybody knows everything 100% yet, but yeah, that's what I've heard.
I know in Utah there's a local track that's down in Salt Lake, and I know probably what's going to end up happening is you guys are probably all going to be riding in the same spot because there's not a lot of riding. There's not a lot of Supercross, so you guys are all going to be showing up at the same outdoor track and kind of just getting the blood flowing and going from there. Is that kind of what it seems like? I know a couple guys, there's a couple tracks up in Park City, and I was telling Derek about it last night, Cowie, a couple private spots that I'm working on too for you guys. But anyway, it seems like the local track is all you're going to get, huh?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we might be having little mini race days at the practice track if everybody shows up.
It's no different than the test track pretty much, right? Get the clock out and start going.
Oh yeah, stopwatch nationals somewhere in Utah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, I want to give a shout out to Garrett. He's not on our call because he's driving apparently from Florida to somewhere, or maybe back to Utah. I think he's from Utah. But anyways, I appreciate you guys all getting together like this and taking the time out to be on the call. I know you got a lot of stuff to think about, a lot of things to get organized before you go to Utah. Obviously, we all wish we could be there and watch you guys. Everyone's missing sports, but we'll be watching on TV. So I want to wish all you guys good luck, and congrats, Eli, on becoming a parent. That's amazing. And you guys all keep getting ready, and good luck, man. It's going to be, you're a week and a half away or 2 weeks away. So I think you guys will be great. So good luck, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Thanks, MC.
Later.
All right, thank you.
Good hangs, boys.
Thanks.
Good hangs.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
See you guys.
Take care. Okay, yeah.